Alright, so today we're going to be checking out Pasha De Cartier by Cartier. This is the Eau de Toilette version, which I believe is the original. They have a few other flankers. They have the Parfum or the Eau de Parfum. That bottle, you'll know it when you see it. It's a darker color. Completely different scent than this EDT. I have both. My preference is the EDT. That's what we're covering today. I'm going to be giving you my full review on it. I'm going to tell you how it smells, how it performs, when you can wear it, and ultimately if I think it's worth picking up. So hopefully you guys are ready to hear more about this one, and I will link it down below as well if you want to pick up a bottle of it. Follow that link down below. Get yourself a bottle on discount price. So this fragrance is, one that ultimately I was drawn to because it has a note breakdown, which I really enjoy. It's kind of an aromatic fougere type of thing to some extent. This one isn't classified as an aromatic fougere. It's actually classified as a woody aromatic. So while it's not an aromatic fougere barbershop type of thing, when you smell it, it gets you pretty close, and it definitely has kind of that old school, clean shaven, classic type of smell to it. And even just looking at the bottle, come on, I mean, it looks old school. It came out in 1992, so it's not a new, fun, blue, young, youthful, crazy blue fragrance, party club fragrance, right? It's not that. Kind of fits into your older genre of scent, comparative to things like Azzaro Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. You have all of these different fougere fragrances. It gets compared to like Yves Saint Laurent Jazz and stuff like that. So ultimately, I was interested and I got myself a bottle. So let's go ahead and talk about how this fragrance smells. When you first spray this one on, what you get right in the opening is that lavender. It's fresh, it's aromatic smelling, it's a bit woody, and right when you first spray this one, you could kind of smell its age. There, again, it kind of fits into that aromatic fougere type of category, but it's almost got a little bit more, just a little bit more of an older school edge to it. A lot of the aromatic fougères that I like, Tom Ford Beau de Jour, Fougère d'Argent, even like Platinum Egoiste, they have a bit more of a modernized twist to them. It's got that classic fougère, but with a modern touch. This one doesn't really have a modern touch. And again, I'm not expecting that because it did come out in 1992. It's that's almost 30 years at this point. So, I mean, it has been out for a while now, so I'm not expecting anything super modern and kind of revamped. So just be aware of that for yourself. When you spray this one on, you do get that kind of older school type of smell to it, even more so than some of the more common aromatic fougères that we're used to smelling today. So you get that lavender right in the opening. Accompanying that is a little bit of mint. It's not too minty, and it doesn't smell like straight up mint leaves, but it is in there giving it just a little bit of a green and kind of zesty kick to it. You also get a lot of oak moss. That oak moss is kind of what's giving it that dank, mature, woody, masculine type of smell. And one thing you'll find interesting about this one is that it does utilize some sweeter notes. It's got cinnamon and I want to say cloves or something that just gives it a bit more of a sweetness, mainly in the dry down. That just kind of changes it up. So, that's how it's not a full-on aromatic fougere. It's a bit more woody aromatic and just has kind of a different twist on it. So this type of thing obviously is not going to be for everyone. I can predict the interest in this video is going to be pretty low because, scents like this, these more classic scents, they just aren't all the craze in FragCom. It's all about the blue scents. It's all about, all the new releases and stuff. So when I do videos like this and reviews on scents like this, I just kind of have to realize like, hey, there's not going to be as much interest in this scent, and that's just kind of how it goes. But I do know some of my diehard OG fans will watch any video I put out, and I do know this will appeal to a good number of you guys. I have a pretty broad age spectrum on my channel, and I know a lot of you guys are into kind of the classics like I am as well, so I wanted to put this video out anyway. Look, is this going to be something that I'm going to reach for that often? To be honest with you, probably not. You're probably thinking, that's surprising because it's kind of right up my alley, and it is. It's something that really interests me. But at the end of the day, I have my favorites. Just like everyone has their favorites of, your fragrances and if you like watches, shoes, whatever, you pick favorites. You play favorites in hobbies like this. And for me, Eau de Parfum, Scandal, Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche, Chanel Platinum Egoiste, those are always going to be at the top of my wearing list when I want aromatic fougere classic men's fragrance. This one, while I do like it, it just has a bit more of that old school twinge that I'm not really that crazy about. And it's not to say that this will grow on me more over time. You know, I've owned this fragrance for a couple of weeks now, so it's not like I've had it for a long time yet. It might come around to me to where I might want to wear it a bit more, maybe in the fall / early winter time when it cools off a bit more because of the sweetness that it has. But, you know, for me right now, when I want fougere, I'm going to be reaching for the others that I just mentioned. Those, for me, overall, are just more wearable. They're a bit more modernized, and they really kind of bridge the gap between old school and, you know, newer perfumery for men. It's just kind of a nice balance. So let's go and talk about when you can wear this fragrance briefly, because it's pretty simplistic here. It's kind of one of those men's signature scent type of things. This is for a guy who just really wants to have one fragrance that just sits there on his bathroom shelf, and that's just all he wears. Obviously, I don't recommend storing your fragrances in the bathroom. That's not a good thing to do. But if you're one dude and you don't give a crap and you just want one cologne to use, you're not caring about collecting them or vintage batches or making sure it lasts a long time, you just wear one cologne, this is the type of thing that you can go for if you are a more mature dude who wants something masculine, old school, and mature. You're probably going to see a lot of these in older gentlemen's bathroom counters. That's just kind of how it is, or at least that's kind of what I think of when you see a bottle like this and you smell it. You know, it's just one of those fragrances that you kind of use as just like a tool, just an everyday beater tool. You go in there, you shower, you spray this one on. You're going to work, you spray this one on. You're going on a date, you spray this one on. You're going to a wedding, you spray this one on. You get what I'm saying here. It's just a utility fragrance, one that one dude can wear for literally anything and you don't have to think about it. There's, you know, a lot of fragrances out there like that, but there's also a lot of fragrances out there that aren't like that, you know, some more specific than others. So if you are someone who meets the criteria that I've been mentioning here for this scent, you want one fragrance that's mature and a bit old school, something like this will fit you perfectly. So let's go and talk about the performance on this one. On my skin, on average, about 7.5 to 8 hours. So pretty good. Projection does lay a little bit closer to my skin, and that's what I would expect, and that's really what I would want from a fragrance like this. This is not something that you want to project out like Versace Eros or Armani Code Profumo, something like that, a super clubbing, loud beast mode fragrance. Scents like this that are older school and laid back aren't supposed to be like that. So it's got good projection for what it is and good longevity as well. Overall, performance is pretty solid from this scent. And the fact that you can get this one for around $30 to $40 for 100 ml, that makes it a really good bargain. Of course, the quality of this scent is really nice as well. I mean, it's a Cartier scent, so, you know, with that you would expect quality, and you do get it here. Is it on the levels of something like Chanel, Dior, even Armani? Not quite, but it's close. You know, I mean, it's close for a $30 to $40 fragrance. If you want quality like Chanel, like Dior, you're going to have to get Chanel and Dior or other fragrances kind of with that same level of quality and prestige. You know, there's a reason they're more expensive. I mean, these brands, I mean, they dominate the market. They offer great quality products with great presentation. Presentation of this one is not bad, but I mean, it's not going to blow you away. You know, it doesn't have a magnetic cap. It doesn't just like have a look and feel. I mean, you look at something like Acqua di Gio Profumo, Bleu de Chanel, you know, fragrances like that, even Chanel Allure fragrances, right? They just have a timeless look. And I'm not saying that this isn't timeless. I mean, it definitely gives you that old school type of thing. So maybe that doesn't make it timeless, actually. It kind of looks old school, right? Whereas something like Bleu de Chanel, Acqua di Gio Profumo, those just timeless, elegant, high-end, expensive-looking bottles, really, you don't get that here. And, you know, you shouldn't expect that. You're getting this great fragrance here for about $30 to $40. And I mean, really, you can't beat it for that. So let's go ahead and start to wrap this one up. My final thoughts on Pasha De Cartier Eau de Toilette. Do I think it's worth getting? If you're into this sort of thing, go for it, man. Like, give it a shot. You're not paying an arm and a leg for this fragrance. There are fougere fragrances out there which are much more expensive. So this one is kind of an entry level into fougere type fragrances without having to go on full on fougere. And it's also something that not a lot of people are going to be wearing. So if you want to get into the classics, check something else out like this. Do I think that there are better options? In my opinion, yes. You know, I still like my favorites that I mentioned, but this may be a winner for some of you. And again, just the utility factor of this one, being able to do anything and everything with it, makes this one a great option for a significant makes it a good option for a select few of you out there. So if it interests you, give it a shot. I will link it down below to a discount website wherever it's in stock. Pick up a bottle and let me know what you think. So guys, that's pretty much going to do it for me. That was my final thoughts on Pasha De Cartier. You know, it's still going to show up in some of my videos. I still do think it is worthwhile, just for the right person. And if you are the right person, this is a fragrance that you're going to get a ton of wearing out, and that's going to be worth the money. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you do know about this scent, let me know what you think of it down below. And that's pretty much going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow night with another one.